Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and your eyes are not deceiving you. On today's live stream, we got a absolutely spectacular guest with us here. If you haven't heard of him, we can right that wrong, and you can check it out in the comments. There is a link to his YouTube channel. We got Gold Pony Crypto. What's happening, Captain?
What's going on? Appreciate you having me on the channel. Always like chatting Crow with the Crow fam, and this is gonna be fun, man.
I'm so excited. We have been talking you've been watching the streams. I love it. I watch your videos and I see you've been in these streams and ready to go. We've been talking about doing this for a while, and I'm finally glad that the day is here. If you guys can hear him okay, we're testing it out, making sure everything's all right. So if you can hear him all right, smash up a like button. Let me know in the comments down below. But a little bit of what we're going to talk about today, guys. We will get into crypto.com, obviously. Some of the great price action we've had. It kind of came back down, but there's been some partnerships, obviously. Most recently, an AMA with Chris Marszalek. And for the beginning of this video, while we have Gold Pony, we're going to talk mostly about crypto.com and that AMA, some of the things that Chris Marszalek said, some of the things, some of our feelings, maybe whether this is bullish, bearish, mediocre, kind of in between. We'll kind of go through what our thoughts are and highlight some of the main points that we heard in listening to this full AMA, each separately. So glad to get into it. If you guys haven't done so already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out Gold Pony's YouTube channel in the comment. It is pinned, guys. Let's get into it. Francisco Gabriel, Mr. Planet, Prophet. Good to have you guys. Good to have you guys. I always start these things off, Gold Pony. I know you know what's going on, but I always start these things off with a little bit of a market update. So let me just show them what we got, where we're at to kind of frame it all right now. So the overall market cap is sitting at $1.18 trillion, which is pretty spectacular. Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 47%. So really just kind of floating in that same area. And Black Sea did a video earlier. I don't know if you got a chance to check it out, Black Sea, but there's reason to maybe be a little skeptical of, hey, are we bullish? Are we bearish? It's a really in-between time. And I think this FOMC announcement that's going to come out tomorrow, whether he raises the rates or lowers the rates, has been causing a lot of fears. So we kind of saw it come down, but now we're back up 3%, which is spectacular. And if I kind of pull up the chart and look at what we got going on the chart, here's Crow. I mean, Crow's doing pretty all right. Yesterday we did, and this is the previous green weekly candle. You saw the partnerships for crypto.com come out with Amazon. And now we're at a new week and we're a little bit red, but why? Because Bitcoin came down as well. I don't know. Now, Gold Pony, are you into TA at all? Do you get into technical analysis? I just don't know how familiar you are with that. I know you do a lot of great tutorial videos. Is this kind of your cup of tea at all?
Yeah, I don't really do a whole lot of TA. I'm more of a long-term investor kind of guy, but
yep.
I'll leave that to you and Black Sea. How about that?
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm curious. I mean, whether you are or you aren't, a lot of people, they just like to buy and hold things. And I personally, I'm not much of a trader. I tried it. I'm not a very great trader. I don't love to trade like crazy. But I have been, working on the TA and understanding kind of the trend to understand maybe I want a dollar cost average a little extra if it's a good red week, right? You see some of these channels, and I've had these things drawn for months and months and months. They look like they're holding pretty true to me. And get a load of this one. I mean, this is the daily candles for Bitcoin. So broke down below this green line, like almost to the T, broke down below that green line. Basically, the body of this candle almost closed right on the top of this other blue line. And now all of a sudden, so this is the FOMC fear leading up to it. Now people seem to be getting bullish again. Looking at this chart, do you feel more bullish or bearish in the short term, right? Obviously, we know a bull cycle is coming. We all feel very confident about that in crypto. But personally for you, on Bitcoin, are you looking for a breakout past 30K soon, or are we stuck for a bit?
I think a lot of it is going to be dependent upon tomorrow, what happens with the FOMC meeting, honestly. And I think if we get that 25 basis point hike like I think everyone's expecting, it's probably going to go up. If it's anything more than that, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think it's a lot of hesitation on what's going to go down tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. You know, we're in a really tough, and I'm going to get more into this, and we're going to get right into crypto.com here. But it is important to talk about because if you're looking at the price action for the CRO coin, which I've got a lot of CRO, I'm so excited. I still haven't told the community how much CRO. We're going to keep that a secret for a little while, Gold Pony. But if you're looking at the price action, you're wondering when is my altcoin going to pump? Whether you're holding CRO coin, you could argue Pepe, you know, if you're holding that, Shiba, Doge, whatever coin it is, you got to look at Bitcoin. And I think until we kind of get past this FOMC meeting, we're going to kind of have some volatility and some fear. And I believe we're bullish after it. The technicals kind of leave me wondering. We've had so many green months in a row, but we'll have to see. Pivoting to CRO Coin, pivoting to crypto.com, let's talk a little bit about some of the recent things that have been going on. So we're all aware that there is the partnership with Samsung that was recently announced. This was absolutely huge news. It's still Chris Marszalek, the CEO of crypto.com's pinned tweet on his Twitter. This was very cool. We obviously also saw the burn proposal. Let me just ask, I guess I'll take these one at a time because I really want to get your take on it, and we'll get into the AMA in a second. But is this partnership with Samsung a big deal to you, or is this just kind of a little extra whipped cream on top of the already excellent sundae that is crypto.com? I'm curious what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah, I think it's cool that they were the first to do it. No other, platform was doing it but them. So I always like when they're the first for anything, and I think they still have the best crypto.com card program. And I don't think it's a huge deal. They've definitely done better things. I think the burn is a bigger deal, but I do think it's cool though. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty neat partnership, and it's cutting out a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. We're having a little bit of a lag, but bear with us. That should correct here. I apologize about it. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty neat thing. And then obviously on top of it, we also have the Cronos burn being talked about. Looking at the CRO burn proposal that is officially out, this is potentially a big deal as well. Does this make you bullish? I don't know if you saw some of the fear surrounding this. Some of the validators didn't quite like this, but the votes have started. There's 2 weeks for this vote to occur. I don't know how closely you're following this, but do you feel pretty optimistic about this, or do you think it's inconsequential for the price action for the token?
I think it's definitely been helping the price action. Nothing long term. I think long term it's going to be the Cronos chain that's going to pull it way up in the bull run. But for now, I think this burn is going to help, and that's my personal opinion. I know some of the validators. It's not that much of a percent though. I'm just saying, and it's ultimately going to help the community much more than that 1% difference that they're going to be getting on, stake and CRO or whatever. That's my thought.
Yeah, that's a great point too. I think that overall that, and you see Francis Wong, he's a big CRO holder. He's excited for the vote. I see a lot of people in the community that are excited for the vote. I also understand that some of the validators are a little bit concerned, but at the end of the day, I think it's so minuscule. And really, I just feel like any kind of bit of news, and again, Samsung, now you got the CRO burn, is going to help this project to bring more developers. But I think also looking at this Amazon partnership, this is very, very exciting as well, right? I don't know how closely you've been following. I know you saw this. I think you even did a video on the Amazon partnership, but what are your thoughts? I mean, is this more significant than the Samsung news? Is this less significant in your mind? I'm just curious where you're sitting on this one.
Yeah, it's another one of those. It's kind of the same as the Samsung, in my opinion. The main thing I'm looking for is just the chain itself. So I think you might have said in one of your past videos, I think, or Black Sea, one of you guys, about how much more DeFi Binance Smart Chain has over Cronos Chain right now. And that's really where the market cap is going to catch up, is with the DeFi, the Cronos Chain itself. and how many people Cronos Labs can actually bring onto the chain, hopefully a good bit more. But that's what I'm looking forward to, because I use DeFi all the time. I'm always in my DeFi wallet,
Yeah.
and NFTs especially, I think you know that, and gaming and all that stuff. Like, that's fun for me.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't done so, you gotta check out his channel, because it is really neat. He does a lot of great. You could do a lot of great tutorial videos. You also get into the detail with a lot of the Cronos NFT projects. So if you guys are trying to learn more about some of the Cronos NFT projects, he does a fantastic job covering some of those topics. That the Cronauts, the Acronauts, you're like basically
Cosmonauts.
the Cosmonauts.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
basically the face of the Cosmonauts. And check out the Cosmonaut, and you'll see Gold Pony. He's famous, guys. All right. No, he does some fantastic content. And I totally agree with you. And I'm glad you picked up on, we were talking about it. I know you see it though. I mean, you can look at DeFi Llama and you can see Binance is obviously a main competitor for crypto.com. One of the biggest differences in maybe reason why the market caps are so different, in my opinion, is because the total value that's locked up in Binance is more than tenfold bigger than what's locked up in the Cronos ecosystem. And so if we can get more excitement around that, that gets me very, very excited for the bull market, for the project, more developers kind of coming in. And now, after, boom, so we got the Samsung partnership. We have the Crow Burn conversation that's going on. The voting is live, guys. Also, you have the Amazon partnership. Now we take a peek and we see what recently? We see an AMA with Chris Marszalek, which was really spectacular. So, Black Sea, not Black Sea, excuse me. I'm used to having Black Sea here. Gold Pony, what was your big takeaway? Was there one in particular big takeaway, or maybe give me your top 3 takeaways from Chris Marszalek taking questions from the community? I'm kind of curious.
All right, I can give you 3. So 250 million users, I think that would be amazing. That's a good goal that they had there. And then the other 2, specifically for me, was that he did say that once the bull run starts,
250 million users. That's kind of where we got you in the beginning.
yeah, 250 million users. Also, the card program being revamped when the bull run goes full swing again. So adding benefits to that again.
Yep.
And then he was saying about the Crypto.com NFT platform kind of being revamped as well, because he doesn't want to be like a fringe NFT kind of platform. He wants to be the best kind of thing, which
Right.
I love. I love that mindset, that mentality to kind of be the best of everything. So that'd be cool too. Overthrow OpenSea.
Right. And so you've got Binance, which has like 120 or 140 million users. You've got Crypto.com, which has like 80 million users. Having a growth goal of 250 million users for the next bull market. What a spectacular number. And really, in my mind, you look at that goal, and if somebody's going to be setting goals, I'm in sales. I do that for, my day job, and I have to set goals, before a year. Every year, you got a goal. Well, what goals am I going to present to the leadership team? And what is the goals that Crypto.com CEO Chris Marszalek is going to present to his community, to the loyal fan base? It should always be an achievable goal. And I would say that it's a very, very achievable goal, possibly even a conservative goal in my mind, because you want to see them kind of hit the goals, the numbers that they're going for. You want to see them hit that steadily over time. And you look at the growth rate that they had in the last bull market, it was spectacular. If you look at the percentage growth that they had, I think that the $250 million goal for users is pretty spectacular. So I totally agree with you there. I was really happy to hear that number. And given some of the issues that we've seen on the Cronos NFT, well, not necessarily the Cronos NFT platforms, but more so the Crypto.com main site NFT platform, there's been some issues with the loaded lion mint, with the land mint. The code was released for the identity of the land before the mint actually happened, which was really tough. So I think it's good to hear him kind of come out and say, we're working on it. We're trying to get better. What were your thoughts on this? So I'm going to pull this up really quick, and please guys, let me know. I hope the lag is getting better. I was on the wrong network a little bit there, so I hope it's all right. But what were your thoughts on this one? So say hello to Amy, Crypto.com's new AI-powered user companion. They brought an AI bot to the Crypto.com Crypto.com/price website where it's basically like the coin market cap interface that Crypto.com launched to kind of compete with them so you can track your crypto portfolio and you can kind of just track the assets over Crypto.com's platform. They added an AI user into the platform, which is pretty darn cool. Looking at this, you can actually see some of the questions. So I was asking this bot some questions, and note that this is in beta, but I was asking some of the questions. When will the next bull market come? Talking about maybe in late 24, late 2025. What will Bitcoin ever reach a new all-time high again? According to experts, Bitcoin is expected to reach new highs in 2023. So this thing's, don't take investing advice from this bot by any means, but this thing's pretty smart. Is this exciting to you? Is this significant? Did you catch this? I just was curious what your thoughts were on the launch of this extra little AI tool.
Yeah, I think these things are fun, honestly. I was playing around with it a little bit. I actually asked it, I was like, what's the best place on YouTube to find crypto.com content? And they said Coin Bureau, man. It wasn't you. It wasn't me. It wasn't Oscar. It was Coin Bureau.
Yeah.
I love his channel. I will say that, but I just messed around with it. It was fun. I like those things.
I appreciate it. But no, I mean, Coin Bureau is so big. They're so big. It's such an interesting thing, though, to just kind of get a bunch of questions out there to the AI bot and see kind of how they respond. So if you guys haven't already checked that out, I highly recommend that you guys check that thing out. I think it's pretty neat. But what the real thing that I kind of get excited about when I see that is just the fact that they're trying new things. They're trying to adapt. They're trying to stay up with the latest new thing. He even said, it's a game of several sprints, right? As you're getting ready for the bull market, there's a couple different sprints, right? Race to AI, right? Get to the front edge of that. Race to compliance and regulatory, staying within the regulations of different countries and making sure you're ahead of all that. There's races there, right? To be the first to the market in different areas of the world. There's all these different things that he's thinking about, and it's just really, really useful to kind of hear where the leadership's coming from to understand the future trajectory of this project. You see the awesome goal, 250 million users. You see an AI bot when AI is like basically a brand new technology that came out in the last year, really in a big way, at least, with ChatGPT and all that. And then you start to see also the conversation he has around regulation and compliance. Now, let me ask you this. Do you feel that Crypto.com is truly one of the leaders in compliance and being compliant with regulation? Because this is what the website says. This is what Chris Marszalek come out and says, that they are trying to be the leader. They are the leader. Do you think that they are? Do you think it's just kind of a talking point for PR purposes? I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I think Chris is definitely doing all the right things when it comes to that, and the whole Crypto.com team. One specific example I always mention in my videos is that Singapore, in particularly, they got approved for Singapore. Binance tried, but they had to back out because they didn't end up getting approved. Not throwing any shade at Binance because they're number one, of course, but that's just one example where Crypto.com is kind of leading the way and getting kind of regulated in Singapore, for example. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat. It's gonna be an interesting bull run. You look at the conversation that's going on right now with Coinbase and the SEC, and that is heating up. They're just asking for some kind of clarity, and Coinbase is not getting it from the SEC. They 2 years ago, and you can look at, there's a great video of the CEO, Brian Armstrong, and one of the other leader, I think the chief legal officer, like the head lawyer for the company, put out a video, and I tweeted it out because I wanted the community to watch it. But essentially, it shows the timeline and the conversations that have taken place with Coinbase and the SEC. And basically, this is the story. So Coinbase went because they wanted to do a initial price offering. They wanted to launch their stock in the American stock market. So they submitted a request essentially with the SEC, and the SEC reviewed everything, whether they're offering securities, all these different things. And they said, boop, stamp, you're good to go. Like your product, you can launch your coin, and they launched the coin. And now literally like nothing has changed from a product offering standpoint. Really, essentially nothing's changed from a product offering standpoint for Coinbase. And all of a sudden, 2 years later, the regime, let's call it, the SEC, the regulatory body that is Gary Gensler's cronies, say, whoa. That thing we said was regulatory, sound, your company is good to go on the IPO. Let's take another look at it. Maybe here's a Wells notice, actually, and we're going to court, right? So we just need some clarity here. And so why I talk about Coinbase here is crypto.com. They're not getting dragged through the mud on this. We've seen Binance get an issue with Binance.us. There's been a conversation around that regarding users in America using VPNs and things like this. We've now seen the Wells notice delivered to Coinbase from the SEC. And what do we see from Crypto.com? We see the opposite. We see the regulatory win on the CFTC-approved product with the up-down platform that they launched with Chris Marszalek also bragged about in the AMA, which is just spectacular. Am I imagining things? Or I just, and on top of that, why is nobody else why are no other crypto influencers talking about this project in that way? Why isn't anybody else pointing this out?
I think if you're not in it, a lot of people just don't know about it, honestly. But that's going to change during this next bull run because of all the advertising that Crypto.com does, of course. But then everyone's going to start picking it up. But yeah, I like I like how Chris was putting that in the AMA. But yeah, it's definitely going to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really a game of building at this point, and the companies that continue to build, I think, will outperform their competitors. I'm getting pretty excited about it. I really am, and I know that this AI bot for all you guys watching right now is currently available on the crypto.com. Again, it's crypto.com/price, okay? So check that out, but it is not yet available in the app. It is coming very, very soon. And on top of that, I don't know if you caught this, but he mentioned in the AMA, not only did they release this bot, they're also releasing a customer service AI friend, codename Alfred. So they've got Amy, the AI bot that you can get advice from on their website. And now you're going to have Alfred, the customer service bot, because they said they get like 100,000 requests in their inbox a day, and they can't even keep up with live real-time employees keeping track of all these and replying in a timely manner. I'm just curious, what has been your experience with the crypto.com customer service team? And do you think that Alfred, the customer service bot, the AI bot, can make that better?
Yeah. I hope it makes it a little more efficient for them, but personally, though, I've had no issues. I actually do reach out to them kind of frequently, usually regarding the card, but they've always been super quick. I mean, I probably wait max an hour, and then I just get an email notification that they said something back, but they've always helped me out, so I've had no problems with them personally.
I'll tell this, and I haven't really complained about this too much on the channel. I kind of just let it slide, but it happened to me, and I'll tell you, and I hope they get the customer service a little bit better. So I'll say what's good about the customer service is they are pretty timely. They do respond, and there's not a lot of crypto exchanges out there where you can actually interact with a customer service rep like that, which I think sets them apart. That being said, for me, the experience has been hit and miss. It's a miss when So I got the rose gold card a while ago. I'd show it on the screen, but I don't have it. I got my old indigo over here. So I got a lot of the cards back in the day, and I'm so excited. And to your point, you know, those cards are going to get exciting again in the bull market because as they're making more money, they can afford to make those rates more generous and all that. But I was really excited for my card at the time. The rates were really good. We were in a bull market. I staked a lot of money for the rose gold card, and I loved it. The benefits were fantastic, but then they pulled those benefits away, and I got rid of that card, all the perks at least that come with. I still have the card. I can still use it, but they owed me a welcome pack, and so I was supposed to get in the mail a T-shirt, a hat, like a sticker, like a little letter from Chris Marszalek, like you get when you get the card. And I got the card, no problem.
Yeah.
But the welcome pack never came. It never came. And I have tried so hard through the customer service app to ask them, you know, any update. And they just keep telling me the same thing over and over again. Like, we'll provide you with an update as soon as we have one. Well, it's been 2 years. So,
oh my gosh.
So
that's quite a while.
So I'm hoping maybe an Alfred can come in and actually like tap into a data system to say, we need your records, or, you know, you're not going to get it because you unstaked too early or something. I don't know. I don't know what the situation. I'm not sweating it, but I want to be real here. So there's some issues there. I think there's room for improvement. But again, I'm excited because look at all the things they're talking about here. You know, look at all the things that we're getting excited about. We've got partnerships. We've got crow burn. Did you think they'd do another crow burn? And by the way, do you like any alternative option besides the crow burn they chose? I don't know how opinionated you are on that one, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way Ethereum's doing it, definitely, with the fees, but I haven't done enough research on that particularly quite yet, but yeah. I trust that the people that are doing it will know what they're doing, and either way, if something gets burned, it's going to definitely assist with pricing, so that's good.
I agree.
That's the way I see it.
I agree. I totally agree. I mean, a lot of people are pretty excited and heated up. Some people wanted the transaction burns, I think you were alluding to, that they're doing with Ethereum versus the kind of the new proposal of how they're going to operate with the staking and then kind of taking a cut out from the validators and from us who are staking. But, you know, I'm willing to sacrifice the percentage like you said earlier. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but any burns help. So I honestly, let's take the burn proposal they're doing now. Let's burn transactions and everybody burn 10 crow and then we'll all be rich, right? No, I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know. Well, I got you, and I know you're running short on time, but I got you. You're wearing the Loaded Lions hoodie right now?
Of course.
Sporting the Loaded Lions hoodie. He put
Not
out
only that, I got this too.
He's got the crow.
I was having fun.
I gotta get one of those, man. I'm probably here for another year, and then I'm gonna move, so we're gonna do a whole. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know. I'm curious if you guys like the studio. Do you like the studio? Should I try to keep it the same? I don't know. But
I think it looks good. Better than mine.
Oh, brother, I appreciate it. I don't know. You're pretty classy over there. We'll see. Question for you though. You're wearing the Loaded Lions hoodie. I saw you tweeted out a question to the community, and you said, "Should I put my Loaded Lions profile picture back up?" 2 questions for you. 1. Why'd you take it down in the first place? 2, what are your thoughts on the Loaded Lion project right now? Where are you at? How are you feeling?
Gotcha. I took it down because too many people were trying to, scammers were trying to replicate me or whatever. Yeah. And I thought that maybe if I put my own face on there, it would change, but it didn't. But now that I have the Twitter blue or whatever, that does help. I will say that. But I am very bullish on the Loaded Lions with the main city coming up, and just once this bull run starts, that is the main NFT, and Crypto.com is the only platform that has ever put out an NFT. Like an exchange itself And of course, I'm a big fan of the 76ers and Joel Embiid, and he's got it as his profile pic on Twitter. And I was watching him last night. That was an awesome win for the Sixers. Just Harden pulled it out with a three-pointer at the last second. That was an amazing game. But anyways, yeah, I'm a big fan of Loaded Lions, so I'm definitely hanging on to it. Yeah, I'll probably make it my profile picture tomorrow. So yeah.
Cool, very cool. Yeah, I've been so excited for this thing, but it's been killing me, Gold Pony. I've been waiting. So I bought this thing, and really the price is just kind of like, it went up first, and it was good, and then kind of Christmas came around. We had the New Year. The bull run kind of started looking like maybe we're getting into a bull run right now. We came out of the bear market at least. And these NFTs have just kind of been falling. It's got to be part of some of the issues they had with all the mints, maybe. Maybe it's that people are focused on the tokens right now. But despite how sad I am that those loaded lions aren't going up in price, I'm very excited for this project still. I'm totally with you. I mean, the fact that the hype is very much down right now, I think gives a lot of people that didn't get a loaded lion in the past an opportunity to buy it. And the metaverse launch, that has got to be huge for this NFT project. By the way, I think OKX launched maybe an NFT project, but it was like associated with a charity, and so it was a little different. It was for a good cause, I think. The OK Bear possibly, but to your point, I haven't seen it either. I have not seen any other major crypto exchange come out with NFTs in the way that they did, where we're getting a metaverse associated with it. There's a whole Twitter page associated with it. There's the Loaded Lions community. Lions follow Lions. You got the Crow fam. You got the Lions follow Lions thing. You got AI bots coming left and right. Are we going to get a $10,000 Crow Coin? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Maybe a $10,000 loaded lion floor price. That would be doable the next bull run, I would say.
I'll take that.
Hopefully.
I'll take that.
Not financial advice, but you know.
So now let me ask. All right. I don't know. I think you're short on time. So I want to make sure I get it out there because it wouldn't be a collaboration video unless I put you on the spot. It's been a while. Yeah, you know what's coming. See, he's signed.
Yeah, I know what's coming.
What kind of price are you feeling? I mean, let's just talk, I don't know, let's just do 2023. We'll have you on the channel again. So let's not do bull market prediction, but 2023. What price would you like to see Crow at before the end of the year?
Ooh, 2023. That's a difficult one. I'm gonna go with 30 cents because when it really hits, it goes all at once. So I think it's going to be a kind of slow grind up through this year, but after things go full swing after the Bitcoin halving and all that, according to Amy, that chat bot, she says 90 cents. But I saw that somebody posted that on Twitter. Yeah, she said 90 cents. But I think it's going to be a lot better than that. But again, not financial advice. We'll see what happens. But I think it's going over $1 this time for sure.
Oh, 90 cents for the bull market, not for 2023.
Right. Yeah, 90 cents for the bull market, which is low in my opinion, but
I'll take 90 cent. I'll take a 90 cent Crow. I'll party on that one. I'll get excited for a 90 cent Crow.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, but I'd love to see, we got to get back to 12 cents first. That comes this year. No doubt in my mind that comes this year. But 20 cents would be good. I'd love to see 30, 40 cents. I think that'd be healthy. I think that'd be fair. We'll have to see how it plays out. Question for you real quick before we let you go. Francisco Gabriel wants to know, Gold Pony, you got lands to play in Main City? You playing in Main City?
Yeah, of course. I got land. I got my loaded lion. I got my cyber cub. So hopefully I'm earning whatever kind of currency they got there, and I'm going to build something cool. And yeah, heck yeah, man. We're going to have some fun.
We're going to have some fun, guys. A very exciting bull market coming. If you guys are trying to learn about, I think you even do things on DEXs. I know you're covering Cronos. You're covering some of the latest news at crypto.com. A fantastic YouTuber in general. Definitely covers this project that we cover a lot. But if you want to check it out, guys, check out the pinned comment in the comments on this live stream. You will see Gold Pony's YouTube channel. Check him out. Go subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bells for him and for the Crypto Report to stay up to date with all things wonderful. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us today.
Appreciate you having me.
Let's get a little parting word from Gold Pony before we let it go and get to some of the other stories. What's the parting words for the Crow fam out there from Gold Pony Crypto.
Well, don't forget to DCA, HODL, and no, I'm just kidding. No, I'll let you keep that one. But yeah, so Crypto Kip, you guys, is going to tell you how much crow he has in this video, and I'm just joking.
We'll get there.
No, just keep on rolling. NFTs in general, I'm a big NFT guy. NFTs in general, across the board, I keep seeing article after article coming out that's saying all of them across the board, even OpenSea, they're all down. So just stick with the good ones and the ones you believe in, like Loaded Lions, for example. And I truly do have no worries whatsoever that they're going to bounce back like crazy. That is why I have no interest in selling mine. And yeah, just thank you for having me, and everyone subscribe to the Crypto Report and stay gold.
Gold Pony Crypto, everybody. Check them out. Stay gold. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, see you.
Peace. All right, guys. Gold Pony Crypto. Absolutely spectacular. What a great guy. So good. Seriously, guys, you got to check out his YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. It is absolutely spectacular. He covers a lot of great content. So let's get into some of the stories for the day. If you guys haven't seen some of these, let's pull them up for you here and get right in. So I want to talk about this story real quick. Maybe you guys saw this, maybe you guys didn't. The CTO of Coinbase, the ex-CTO of Coinbase, came out with the $1 million Bitcoin in 90 days prediction a while ago. Well, now he is backing away from this claim. But does he think that Bitcoin's not possibly going to go to $1 million anymore? No. The truth is, guys, is he's still very, very insistent that Bitcoin's going to $1 million. So much that he canceled the bet because the 90 days thing was probably off. But he burned. He threw away into dust, tore it up into pieces, doesn't exist anymore. He burned $1 million worth of Bitcoin just to prove his point. They settled the bet early, but he paid it up in a way of a burn. So that is really, really cool to see. And that's one of the really neat things about Bitcoin, guys. You know that it is only 21 million Bitcoin in existence. As Bitcoins get burned, they go away forever. It only gets more scarce. And so this is pretty cool and a very interesting story that some people might have been freaking out about, but really this is incredibly bold. The confidence of somebody like this. This is the ex-CTO of Coinbase just burning $1 million because he has that much confidence in the future price for Bitcoin and crypto. On top of that, we are seeing, why was he so confident? Why is he so confident? Well, the answer kind of lies in a word, hyperinflation, where inflation just gets so out of control in the US that there's basically an economic catastrophe. And we are right now seeing inflation go out of control. It's not hyperinflation right now, but we are seeing inflation go out of control. And right now, we're seeing banks collapse still. First Republic Bank just collapsed. Now, this is the biggest U.S. bank failure has happened this year since 2008. And now, First Republic Bank is taken over by JP Morgan Chase. Now, this means two things. One, the bank issues are not over yet. The issues that the banks have been having have not finished. There are more ahead. Here you go. Here's another one. And now you look at JP Morgan, which is one of the biggest banks in the world, is only getting stronger. So now you've got a monopoly on the banking system, and smaller banks or regional banks are collapsing, it seems. Poorly managed bank branches. Kevin O'Leary likes to just say, it's a bunch of idiots at regional banks, and he's just talking it up to bad bankers. But the truth is, and the question is how many bad banks are there out there? And if there's several, could this bleed into more issues for other banks? And I believe the answer is yes. And so does the ex-CTO of Coinbase. And so you look at this and you go, well, this is a major problem. We need to fix this for the US economy. We need to fix this. Or, maybe you just say, forget this whole system. I'm going to buy Bitcoin. And now what you're looking at is the target rate of probabilities for tomorrow's FOMC meeting. Tomorrow, Federal Chair Jerome Powell is going to come out and decide whether the US is going to raise the interest rates or keep them flat or lower them? Well, only 12.4% of people think that he is going to keep these rates the same as they used to be. And 87.6% of people believe that they are going to actually end up raising the rates by 25 basis points in the next bull market. Aiden, thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. I much appreciate you tuning in. That was a very generous super chat for you. Thank you. He says, we appreciate all the work. Even for a small audience, you guys are my go-to channel and stay up to date on all news. Thank you. Thank you, Aiden. We intend to grow this audience. I think the people that are looking for CRO Coin are going to be finding different channels to start to follow as the bull market comes. I certainly hope we're one of them. We want to talk not only about CRO, but these things as well. The FOMC meeting, Bitcoin, and just give you an honest opinion. We're going to bring in a variety of different guests throughout the way. So good to have Gold Pony Crypto on today as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'm sorry about the lag in the beginning. I was on the wrong Wi-Fi network, and so I had a big issue. I hope I fixed that for you guys. But look out for tomorrow, because there is going to be some huge volatility. 87.6% chance we're going to raise the hikes. This is a problem. Now, why is he going to raise the rates? Because this is the only way for Federal Chair Jerome Powell to curb inflation. And unfortunately, raising these interest rates is kind of the reason that the banks are failing in the first place. So we want the banks' failures to stop for the sake of the US dollar, for the sake of the US economy. But we need to continue to raise the interest rates according to Federal Chair Jerome Powell, because inflation's out of control. And so if you fight inflation, you kill the banks. And if you try not to kill the banks by not raising the interest rates to fight inflation, well, then, we're not going to fight inflation. So it's very, very tough. Inflation's bad. We need to fix it, but banks are failing and we kind of need to stop that. And so honestly, the answer kind of becomes Bitcoin. On top of that, look at this article by the New York Times. The U.S. could run out of cash by June 1st, says Treasury Secretary of the United States, Janet Yellen. She's warning that the United States could run out of cash. Now, President Joe Biden is going to meet with lawmakers on May 9th to discuss different ways that we can avoid this default. Really, they got to raise the debt ceiling, and they need to do it. Now, they are meeting in opposition. Some people say we can't continue to kick the bucket down the road, raise this debt ceiling. But the other option is one of the biggest financial crises we've seen in years. If you look at the debt clock, we have so much debt, it's out of control. And if we raise the debt ceiling, we can keep going, but we're racking up more debt. There are so many issues here. And really, we're at a point where Bitcoin, honestly, in my mind, becomes one of the only solutions to inflation, to failing banks. What if your bank fails? To the U.S. running out of cash. What does that do to the U.S. dollar? What does that do to the faith of the U.S. government? The dollar exists based on the faith that you and I have. The value of the dollar is based on the faith that you and I have on the U.S. government and how much they're willing to basically pay us for that dollar. And if the U.S. government is failing and collapsing because they have too much debt, do you think the dollar is going to last? Do you think Bitcoin would be better than the dollar at that point? I certainly do. I certainly do. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Pepe token. I wanted to talk about it with Gold Pony on the channel, but I'm going to come out and make the announcement, guys. So this is not a recommendation. This is not financial advice. But I want to be honest with you guys. So I did a video yesterday and I was questioning Pepe. I think for the past 2 days we've been talking about it. And I did a video like 8 days ago, and if I had bought Pepe then, I would have made a lot of money. I didn't buy it. And I just wasn't ready to pull the trigger on a meme coin. And so you're going to say that I FOMO'd in, but I got some exposure to Pepe. I didn't buy the peak. I bought pretty much the bottom of the most recent pullback, which was pretty exciting. So I'm up on it. I bought $1,000 worth. For me, that is a reasonable amount of money. If I compare it to the rest of my bags, it is a small percentage of my crypto portfolio. And I do believe that the frog versus the dog is starting to gain some traction. I see every single YouTube channel that has to do with crypto talking about it. I see articles like this popping up. Pepe soars to a $500 million market cap, and it's not collapsing. Bonk token is a great example. Bonk token absolutely soared, but then it absolutely popped. We have not seen Pepe token pop yet. It seems to continue to go up. And this meme has also been around for a long, long time. It's really only a matter of time before Pepe the Frog showed up as a meme token, at least a successful meme token. The truth is there's been many iterations of Pepe the Frog being incorporated with meme tokens in the past, but it's never been successful. Well, this one, you could definitely say this has been successful so far, at least, because it reached the top 100 crypto coins in the entire market. I mean, $500 million is nothing to balk at. And so I'm not suggesting that anybody buy this, but I want to let you guys know that I did buy some and I got some exposure. I don't intend on buying any more of it. I'm going to ride this thing, take some profit when I get a nice move to the upside. I think maybe there's a chance of another leg up. I'll also say this. I think there's a chance that I lose that $1,000 in the snap of a finger. But I'm aware that buying Pepe coin is essentially like going to the casino, really. I mean, this is like going and putting $50 on red at the roulette table, in my opinion, except maybe the odds are worse, right? Why? Well, because it's already run up. You should really not be buying tokens that are showing signs of FOMO, right? This thing has skyrocketed. You could say that the rally is overexhausted. In fact, the rally should be overexhausted. For it to go up it wouldn't make any sense. My argument would be, and why I wanted to get a little exposure, is Shiba Inu made no sense and Dogecoin made no sense either, especially Dogecoin. The inflation rate on that is horrible. And there was no utility for either of those tokens. Frog versus the dog. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm very, very curious, and I'm going to put out a little poll. right now, and I want to ask you guys, are you interested in Pepe token? Let me know what you guys think. I put out a little poll for you. Kip Pro Crow asking, Kip, what exchange did you use to purchase Pepe? Fantastic question. I used my MetaMask wallet and I went to Uniswap and I paid some high Ethereum fees. The Ethereum fees are very high, but I wanted some exposure. But I used Uniswap is the answer because crypto.com doesn't offer it. Binance doesn't offer it. You can look at Gate.io offers it, but you can't use Gate.io in the US anymore without a VPN, at least, I think. I don't even think you can use it with a VPN. So I went to Uniswap and I paid some very high Ethereum fees because I wanted exposure. I think there's still maybe a 10x or a 20x possible. I mean, let's put it this way though, guys. A 20x would pass Shiba Inu. So it's not very likely. It's not very likely at all. For there to be another Shiba Inu is extremely unlikely. And so this is a risk. But I also believe that there's some momentum behind this. So I'm going to play some games with it. I'll keep you guys posted as I take some profit with this coin. It's getting listed on BitMEX. You're going to be able to do 50x leverage with this thing. But there's definitely seeming to be a movement behind it. And they're saying make meme coins great again, which is very funny, very catchy. It's a very catchy saying. And everybody's talking about the frog versus the dog right now. So I'm very curious about it. And, you look at this chart, and I'm going to refresh it here. This coin's doing pretty darn well. If you look over the last 7 days, we're still seeing move upward. I bought this thing right about here, so I'm doing pretty decent. I bought this thing right on after this little downward move. It was, again, very risky. I expected, honestly, maybe I'm going to wake up tomorrow and this thing is going to be down 50%. And if that were to happen, I might have dollar cost averaged a little bit more in to kind of get a position because I think there's a chance this could be a popular meme coin in the next bull market. But the big question we got to ask ourselves is, well, what would be the next move for a token like this? Or what would be the next move for any new token that you're considering buying, or maybe you don't like it, maybe you love it? What do you got to look out for? Well, I'll tell you this. Pepe coin is not listed on Binance right now. It is not listed on crypto.com. It is not listed on several other exchanges. I don't think it's listed on KuCoin yet. And now you got to ask yourself, well, what comes next for Pepe? Well, more exchange listings, right? More opportunities for people to get exposure, because there's a lot of people out there that are in the US that might want to get involved in Pepe coin, which seems to be an American meme coin. I think it's an American meme coin. Make meme coins great again. Seems pretty American to me. And I think when you think about Pepe getting listed on Binance, that could be a very big event for that token. Any Binance listing of any new project is typically a very bullish event for that token. Now, you could say Pepe is exhausted. I think it's certainly a case to be made that Pepe is very exhausted. I think it could absolutely go down in a snap of a finger. That's a risk that I'm willing to take. Again, this is a gambling token in my opinion. But there is a real possibility that CZ and Binance actually list this thing. Now, not only did Chris Marszalek do a AMA recently, so did CZ, the CEO of Binance, and he got some questions about listing tokens in the AMA, and it was specifically about Pepe, which was very funny, and he chuckled, he was entertained, he acknowledged how popular it was, and that it seems to be maintaining its price for now. And so they're going to look at if this rally can last, if this coin does survive and the volume stays, and if there's a high enough volume, essentially, there's no reason he wouldn't list it. So he didn't say that he wouldn't, and he said that he might, which means that they might. And if they do, or if people think they do, then maybe there's still some more upside for this token. And the only other question I have is what other exchanges are going to possibly list this? KuCoin, Crypto.com. I've seen no hints as Crypto.com talking about this coin at all. But these are some of the things I look for, not only for a Pepe, but for any new token that you might be considering buying. You want to look at what exchanges it's on, what exchanges it's not on. Right now, for example, you can't get Crypto.com coin on Binance. I don't know if you'll be able to get Crypto.com coin on Binance because I don't know if they want people to be competing with. I don't think they want people to be buying their competitors' coin, most likely. Hopefully they flip that and maybe they offer it in the next bull market. We'll have to see how it happens. But there's definitely an evidence to show that CZ and Binance are kind of trying to box out Crypto.com. If you look at CoinMarketCap and you look at their rating, and I'll just show it right now. If you look at their rating for different exchanges, you will see where they rank Crypto.com. Binance is obviously number one because it is. But you scroll down and you try to find where Crypto.com is. They rank it number 18. They give it a 6.2 rating versus Binance's 9.9 rating. And they choose their score essentially based on their confidence if CoinMarketCap believes that the volume reported by the exchange is legitimate. Well, Binance owns CoinMarketCap, and so you could definitely make an argument that they are suppressing Crypto.com by ranking it very, very low here. So that's something to think. In the comments down below, just another sushi video says, I did a 5x on Pepe, a 10x on Pleb. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, there's going to be some meme tokens that are going to be talked about in this next bull run, and there's definitely money to be made, but a lot of risk up there, guys. Kid Pro Crow asks, saying, I'm only interested as it brings more individuals to our space. Pepe is fun. I like both Sheeb and Joj are. Yeah, absolutely. I love that point, Kid Pro Crow. Absolutely spectacular point. That is what gets me excited. Shiba Inu was one of the most traded tokens on Crypto.com's app in the last bull market. And guys, how does Crypto.com make money? On fees from trading, guys. And so for them to come out and offer a coin, a new exciting meme coin like Pepe, let's just backtrack, like Shiba Inu when they did, that brought a lot of new users to the space, to Crypto.com. And Pepe is going to do the same, most likely, if it actually is a meme coin that sticks around, which has not been proven yet. Again, not financial advice. I am not recommending that anybody buys this token. It's just simply too big to ignore, and it's very exciting right now. Everybody's talking about it. I have to give my 2 cents on it. I want you guys to be safe out there, but I want you guys to know I'm taking a shot. I'm going to take a little bit of a shot, and you guys will see how it goes for me. kudos to you. You got to see somebody in the chat with a 5x and a 10x on some meme coins. That is very, very, very cool. Some other things that I wanted to look at was this. We've been doing very well. If you look at Bitcoin over the last couple months, we've had 4 green months for Bitcoin in a row. We have a little bit of a meme coin rally to start off May. Bitcoin's down slightly. Only other time I've seen 5 green months in a row is 2019. And then I think you go back to, here you go, in 2017. Could 2023 present 5 green months in a row? Could we get 6 green months in a row? It's going to be very, very curious, but I'll tell you, the more green months we have in a row, the less likely it is that we get another one. Why? Because nothing goes straight up. Not because Bitcoin's not going to $1 million. Not because Bitcoin and crypto is not valuable, and not because the bull run's over, the bull run's changed, or anything like that. Just because simply nothing goes straight up. I think there's a lot of money coming. We'll have to keep an eye on May. Sell in May, walk away. Some people say that. I personally don't buy into that narrative. I think maybe me and Black Sea disagree. I wish he was with us today on that one. We could kind of go back and forth, but you got to be cautious, guys. At the end of the day, what are we focused on? And the answer is dollar cost averaging and holding on for the long term, because we know a bull market's coming. We know that it's coming. By the way, so good to have Gold Pony Crypto on the channel. If you guys haven't checked out his channel already, make sure you do. Check it out. He's got a lot of great content for you guys. Crypto.com card reviews, Crow Burns he's talking about. He's talking about a lot of the different projects. So don't miss out on that. And subscribe to this channel as well if you guys like this content. And smash up the like button. Know that we are giving away a loaded lion at 25,000 subscribers on this channel. Really, guys, that's all I got for you on this one. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Sorry about the lag in the beginning of the stream. We are going to get that fixed. But as always, guys, I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. And don't forget to DCA, HODL, and of course, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Got some other videos coming up for you, 5 every single day. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.